Hello and welcome to This Board Game Life. I am your host, Mark, and today I'm unboxing the brand new Formaggio limited edition from Road to Infamy Games. You are an Italian cheesemaker in the early 20th century, making, aging, and selling your artisanal cheeses. Become the most prestigious cheesemaker in all of Italy by running a highly successful creamery and crafting exceptional cheese. Formaggio is a standalone expansion for Fromage. With both games put together, you can combine any four board quadrants and draft any combination of structure tiles for more variety and more paths to victory. Formaggio is a simultaneous worker placement game where players place workers to make cheese and gather resources from the quadrant of the board facing them. Once all players have placed their workers, the board rotates, aging any cheese that was made, and presenting each player with a new quadrant to place workers into. Score prestige points by selling cheese to the four locations and by efficiently managing and upgrading your creamery. Formaggio features four new board quadrants with all new puzzling minigames. Pair your cheese with the wines at the Veneto. Sell cheese to restaurants along the Venetian canals and attract customers. Distribute cheese across the regione of Italy. It's hard to read this. The region of Italy, and deposit cheeses in the banca. Yes, there is a real bank in Italy that accepts cheese as collateral for loans. Other new features: platinum tier cheeses. Reap various rewards in each of the seasons. All new abilities on the player boards and structure tiles. This game is designed by Ben Rose. The solo design is by Jeff Chin and Andrew Nerger. The art is by Pavel Zovba. This is published by Road to Infamy Games in 2025. It's for ages 14 and up. Plays 1 to 4 people in about 40 minutes. All right, before we get to the table, to unbox this, I do ask you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell icon so that you will never miss any of our content. All right, so let's get to the table and unbox this. Along with, I do have I think this is gonna be the Lazy Susan somehow. We'll see. I've got some upgraded components for the original game. Here's an upgrade kit for the original game. And I have the original game sitting here too, which we're not going to unbox, but we'll kind of look at some stuff. Who knows what we'll do with it, but Formaggio is what we want to see. All right. Okay, so let's tighten this up a bit. Okay. And let's take a look. The box is really nice. So the first game, I think, was in France. I believe you were, but I'll just I want to put these two kind of side by side. So I believe in this one we were in France. So doesn't it say? Doesn't say. Oh yeah, you are a French cheesemaker. So fromage is French cheese. Formaggio is Italian cheese. You're an Italian cheesemaker in the early 20th century. All right, so 4 new board quadrants, 45 new abilities. We can pair cheeses with wines. We got new platinum tier cheeses, 4 new asymmetric player boards. So if you're familiar with the original, then hopefully you'll enjoy this. Take a look at what's in this new game. So again, this you can play it as is. So it is a standalone game, but you can also merge it with Fromage to kind of mix it up. So, well, I will probably keep them separate myself, but who knows? We'll see. All right, we got a rule book here. Oh, and if you want to, I just got done recording episode 109 of our podcast with Rob, where we talk about one book to rule them all. And basically, we're talking about what makes a good rule book. So if you don't forget to check out our podcast, it's also available on audio as well as on our YouTube channel. So you can check it out there. So anyways, we did talk about rule books, so I'm interested to see some of the things we talked about. What's in here? So they do assembling the Lazy Susan. So it does look like there's okay. So there might be another mat in here because they do show this mat. It looks like it's like a couple of mats. Okay, it'll be interesting to see how this all goes together. But this will be a one-time thing, so they do tell you how to do that. And then we got set up. So they did a good job in the first game too with their book, showing you and explaining everything. I have no concerns that this will be a good book. It looks like they're doing a great job of showing you everything. There's how to play the solo mode. Just some notes. They had a separate thing for this. I was just talking about it. They had a separate insert with some pairings of cheeses and how they kind of did that. And again, the component list is on the back. I didn't like. I don't like that it's on the back of the book. It should be like one of the first things you see when you open it. But they did this in Fromage as well. But it is there, and they're showing you what's what. So I appreciate that. All right, so let's turn it over. Maybe this is a benefit. I can just look at the very back. So we've got our score pad. I can't think. Score pad. We have a score pad. Yay. All right, we've got stickers to update Fromage, the first printing. So it says, though we've play tested Fromage hundreds of times, once Fromage went live on Board Game Arena, we had new data from tens of thousands of online players. Using this data, we made balance updates for the second printing. If you have a first printing, you can use these stickers to update your game. A professionally printed upgrade kit with revised tiles and player boards is also available. So this, I don't need these because I did order the upgrade kit. I didn't know the stickers were going to be in there, but I do have. So this is the upgrade pack, the Fromage upgrade kit. So I can just replace all these with what's in there and not have to use the stickers. But if you're buying this one and have the first game, then I don't know. Do I have the first printing? Hopefully, I didn't buy them when and that I have a second printing. I think the second printing was with this, so I think I do have the first. All right, so now we've got 12 inserts. So these shows you the different player count. So you can use either side, I think. Yeah. There's a side 1 and a side 2. These are all different. So if you look at these, they're all different, just showing you different ways to score these different types of areas or whatever they call them. So this one will be, looks like the regions of Italy. I think we had a regions of France. And you're trying to get your cheeses on the different. Well, that one's very different. Not sure what that one actually is, but the book will explain what all these are. So, anyways, you got a bunch of these new tiles, which you can you slide into your boards, into the main board that goes around. So you can always mix up what you're playing, what you're doing. All right, so these are, we've got, what do they call these things? These are the structure tiles. So there's 32 of these different structure tiles. And it looks like we've got wine tokens here. We've got some cattle, and these are the structure tokens. So we've got, and livestock tokens. So they're going to be in there, which I should have. I got upgrades for those. Oh, they came with. So this game came with the upgrades. So I do have a pack to upgrade my original game from the cardboard to wooden components. So I'll be swapping those out. And then I won't need these things. I shouldn't need, well, I'll probably need these tokens, but oh, I might need those. Oh, this is the 3. I probably will need those. But all right, so then we have, let me keep this out so I can see it. So here's our quadrant board. All right, so let's cut that open. So this is going to be the main board. So, gosh, I don't remember what that did, but you have. So you have. Does this already have? And then, oh, is it just pre-printed? Okay, so trying to remember. Okay, where are my slides? Unfortunately, it's been a while since I've played this original game, so I'm trying to remember. So these, you can put these in. I think this one. So like, there's a printed. You can see where you can put certain cheeses and stuff. So you can slide in these other boards to basically change it. So that's what all these little inserts are for. So you can change the Veneto or whatever this is. So there's that, as you can see, and it'll, as you put this in, it changes the different locations. So, or I can flip it over this way and slide them in to mix it up. And then same with this one, you can see that this matches this. So you can go with the default, or you slide this in, and now you've got what's sticking down. There we go. So it changes the different spots where you will put things. So you get some variety in change. So you have like the printed base, and then you've got all these things that you can just slide in to change the game. All right. So anyways, you have 4 of these, which will all sit out and connect together and, in a circle. So here's all 4 of them. And we'll put that together a little bit later. Once we do, I might do the Lazy Susan on here. Might put that together to show you, and then maybe we'll put that together. We'll see. All right. So let me get my book back. All right. So we do have player boards. We have 4 player boards. So we've got, that says the corporation solo mode. So we've got different difficulty levels. So it looks like there's 4 different solo modes: 1 star, 2, 3, and 4 stars. So the back of those allow you to play 4 different variants of the solo mode. That's cool. And but then this side, you can see how I believe the bottom parts are all the same, but it's the top which will be different for each character. Every player, has not character, but looks like everyone has a refining room. But then these are different things that you can do on each player board. So there's kind of like how the asymmetry comes in. It's a little different. And this, I'm trying to remember what this is for. It's a resource tile. I think this sits in the middle. I think somehow. Yeah. So this, I wasn't even on camera. That was off screen. Sorry about that. Let me get those back there. So on the main board, this will sit up here in between the quadrants, and then you can put your little workers out here, and they're facing different directions. That's how many rounds it'll have to go before you get your guys back. So this basically sits in the middle of the main game board. And then I think when you get them back, I'm trying to remember, but you're basically going to end up on the main board there at some point. All right. Good thing it's not how to play, because I don't remember how to play. All right, so here's a player mat. It's got the hole in the middle, so this will be used to put together along with this player mat. Somehow there's two that showed us in there. So there's one. So we'll have to build that Lazy Susan. And once you do that, you only do it once. However, it'll be interesting to see, because I don't think it's going to go back in the box. Don't know how it'll go back in the box. So, but it might, because it's a player mat and the Lazy Susan is like small square, so it might just fold over on itself. We'll have to see. And it'd be interesting to see if this actually goes back in the box, because they're neoprene mats. So it says you only got to do it once. Okay. So here's some nice storage trays. We do have some plastic pieces. So these are your player pieces. So we've got green, pink, a very dark red, and what is it, an orange, looks like? Because the white, the blue, and the yellow are your pieces of cheese that each player gets. So those aren't the player colors. It's those little people dudes are your player colors. This, I think, is part of the mat, the Lazy Susan. We do have some cards here. And then over on this kit, or in this one, looks like we got some cheeses. And what do we got? Seeds? So here, these are gondolas. Oh, so we got little gondolas. Oh, for the river. Okay, that makes sense. They're going to go up and down the river. We've got little gondolas, and then we've got these different cheese tokens. So we've got green, purple, pink, and orange, which that is your player colors. The green, fuchsia or whatever, pink and orange, that's your different player colors there. So everybody's going to get their cheese pieces. And I don't think that's how that went in there, but we'll leave that for now. And then I've got, instead of the cardboard, you get all the wooden cows, which and stuff. These will get put into the containers. We've got grapes, different. I don't know what that is. That's supposed to be like an apple. And then we've got like buildings. They look to be screen printed, so that's nice. And another building. So your structure tokens, there's like, let me see if I can take these out. There's like 3 different structures, and there's 3 different animals. There's 3 different fruits. So here is one of the little structures. And there you go. You can kind of see it's like a little archway. And then I got my bulls. These are goats. And then what else do we have? We have cattle. And have your dairy cows. And then we've also got, is that like a pomegranate or something maybe? So those are all the wooden resources. And all right, so that's that. Let's take a quick. Well, I don't even think we need to look at the other stuff. This again, this just gives me the wooden. This replaces the cardboard in the original game, and that upgrade kit that I just was showing you a second ago, which has now disappeared. Oh, it's in the box lid. That's just going to replace my player boards and stuff, and those cardboard tiles from the original game. That just upgrades to balance it out. So yeah, that's it. So let's take. I kind of want to do this. That's basically it. But I am going to go ahead and put the Lazy Susan together right now. So if you're interested in seeing how that goes together, then stick around. If you are ready to take off, then go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and hit that bell icon. And then that way you'll know when you won't miss any new content. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get, let's see what I need. Let's put this together so you can kind of see how this goes together. The original game, you kind of just you put those four quadrants together and you just kind of rotated it on the table. And this is supposed to make it a little easier. Gives it something to, I guess, to slide on, making it a little easier. So let's see what we have. All right, so this looks like the twist lock axle. It's showing little cheese at the top. So we've got this. Need to open up this one. What I don't understand is like why is there another playmat here? This looks like a playmat. This looks like the board. So I don't know what this one's for. But I guess we'll find out in a second. And then they didn't label these very good. Like it doesn't tell you on here what's in there. It's just says USA R2I Games address. It does not say. Oh, it just does say Fromage Lazy Susan. So this is supposed to be from oh. So that's the Lazy Susan for Fromage. Okay. So maybe oh, okay. So I got one for both. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so this okay. So this must go for the original game. All right, let's take a peek. That's and then this, I don't know. Oh, probably has this. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Okay, so that goes to the original game. So we can not worry about that. So all I needed was this and this piece. So this must come off. It does. So that just came right off. Okay, so we're going to put this together. We're going to slide this in the bottom. So basically all it's going to do is give it this, I don't know if you really call it a Lazy Susan, but it's going to give you a soft pad for it to spin on. I think that is all it's actually going to do. So let's see. So does that kind of go there? Because then these just like lay down into each other. And then you'll see how we do put this thing. We pop out those pieces. And then this goes like under there on top. Okay. And then this, it just locks in place. So there we go. So now it's supposedly supposed to make this better. But this is weird because, and I can take this all apart. Assembling the Lazy Susan. I don't know if this just seems weird. This really does seem a little strange to me. Like, I don't know if this was worth it. I don't know if I want to go through this hassle. I thought it was going to be something very different. But it seems like it's might be a little bit more of a struggle to deal with than it might be worth. Okay, let's get the book out from underneath it for make sure we're not creating our own problem here. Okay, so that locks it. But that just, it just locks the center. These are still like floopity floppity. Assembling the Lazy Susan. Place this, place the mat, assemble the board. See steps A and B on page 5 for details. For the twist lock, lock the board in place. So I guess that's all. I guess you're going to take this apart every time. So I think that's simply going to be the way it is. You're going to take it apart every time. Because why this still comes apart. I mean, you have to pull it apart to store the game anyways. So I guess this was a little, I don't know, seems, I'm being honest, doesn't seem quite all that, like, probably really wasn't necessary. So, anyways, that's it. I will switch it back. Again, thank you for watching. Hit that like, subscribe, and that bell icon so you won't miss any new content. And share your thoughts. What do you think of Fromage or Formaggio? Have you played either of these yet? And what do you think of the Lazy Susan? I'm not. Like I say, I'm not impressed. It's like a very poor man's Lazy Susan. I've got a real Lazy Susan for Planet Unknown, and the thing's awesome, and even made better with a lid that you can get in the Super Moon expansion that keeps all your pieces in place. So this, I don't know. I didn't have a problem not using a Lazy Susan. Like, it just rotated. I mean, just moving on the table. I guess this is the, you put this mat there and it keeps, I guess it'll keep the board in the same place because you got a neoprene mat that's kind of more gripping the table, and then you're not damaging anything as you're sliding this. It'll protect the board and I guess your table from getting scratched up. But anyways, tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you at the table.